Josh got blue, we got blue, the nine crew had blue. This is the most anticipated game for the Lions in a very, very long time. We're going to get to that in a few, but good morning. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday, Lions game day.
That's right.
Hudson.
And I'm Amy Lange, and the pressure is rising not just for the Lions, for the Big Three, with the potential UAW strike now just a week away.
It's a tomorrow football term here. This is the fourth quarter. There is, the clock is still ticking, and there's still no deal. The union and their president will not settle. Fox News' Robert Murdoch is live with the latest on these negotiations. Robin, UAW workers say if an agreement is not reached, they will not be clocking in.
Yeah, that is exactly what they say will happen. These UAW workers, they say that they are willing to strike to get better pay and the better benefits that they believe that they are entitled to. As you know, contract talks first began in July. Some progress has been made as of late, but not nearly enough. Will there be a strike? Will there be a deal? Only time will tell.
If we don't have agreements with the three of them by September 14th, then there will be action.
Tough talk from Sean Fain, the president of the UAW, exactly 1 week before its current contracts expire with the Big Three automakers. 97% of its membership recently voted in favor of a strike should negotiations with General Motors, Stellantis, and Ford fail. A bold move with backlash to be felt both near and far.
It could be financially disastrous, even if it's a short strike. We've seen estimates saying a 10-day strike could cost $5 billion. That's really an unfathomable amount of money.
Money, a major issue here. The UAW is demanding a 46% pay increase over the next 4 years. It's also asking for a 32-hour work week, that traditional pensions be restored, and tiered wages be removed. Instead of focusing on one contract and using it as a blueprint for the others, the UAW is tackling all three at once. A strike would be unprecedented.
If there is a return to work shortly afterwards, it can be challenging to stop and then restart a supply chain. And so the ramp up to production can be a little bit rocky.
We have a lot of pickup trucks on the ground, so you'll probably still be able to find deals on those. But for most other segments, inventory may be a bit tighter, and you may see higher prices almost immediately.
You might remember back in 2019, negotiations with General Motors stalled, resulting in workers walking the picket line instead of manning the assembly line for 6 weeks straight. That involved close to 50,000 union members. This time around, some 146,000 could possibly strike. Time is ticking.
We're willing to listen when they want to get real and talk about, our workers' issues.
During contract talks back in 2019, union workers actually came to an agreement with Ford for a $4 increase, a more than $4 increase. They did receive that increase on Labor Day. So this affected about 8,000 workers, and the whole idea was to try and bring them to that top tier. Ford says that there will be more incentives in this new contract should it be approved. Now, in regards to these latest talks, the UAW president does say that they would prefer not to strike, but that if they need to, they will, to get that fair contract. Again, that contract does expire at 11:59 on September 14th. We are live in Warren this morning. I'm Robin Murdoch for Fox 2 News.
The Auto Workers Union really wants to send a message with this, and as we were watching your story, Amy and I were talking about how we have seen talks stall with all three automakers. But what is on tap for today with these negotiations?
Yeah, there is going to be a lot that will be happening over the next several days. Now, in terms of today, Brandon, from what we understand, union leaders, they will be meeting with General Motors to continue with those talks. They did give a counter offer to Ford, and then they are hoping to get some sort of a proposal from Stellantis near the end of the week. So certainly a lot more movement with this in the days ahead. Back to you.
Yeah, hopefully it is more positive movement. Robin, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good one. Amy.
Well, also this morning, unionized workers at the Detroit Medical Center are getting ready to rally as they call for better pay and improved benefits. Lab assistants and customer service representatives with Teamsters Local 283 have been in negotiations for months. They'll be walking the picket line outside a Detroit Regional Chamber of Commerce meeting that the CEO of the DMC is attending at the Townsend Hotel. Last month, Teamsters filed 3 unfair labor practice charges accusing the DMC of failing to provide requested information and bad faith bargaining.
We have new details on the search for our Mullen. There's a $2,500 reward to help find the missing 12-year-old in Detroit. Now, if you follow the story or you're just now learning about it, take a look at the photo on your screen. Our Mullen is 12 years old. She's a preteen. She hasn't been seen in nearly 2 weeks. She left her home on the city's east side on the night of August 25th without permission. Crime Stoppers is offering a $2,500 reward to help bring this family peace. Call 1-800-SPEAK-UP. And keep your eyes locked on this screen because this man is considered armed and dangerous. A Michigan police fugitive team is looking for 25-year-old Joshua Hill, who's been on the run for days. He is suspected of killing his 64-year-old mother. Police found her body inside their Inkster home. Investigators tell us they recovered the vehicles that he was believed to be in, but they can't seem to find him. If you see him, call 911 right away.
And Michigan State Police on high alert after a man destroys 4 patrol vehicles. We told you about this one yesterday. The suspect was seen on surveillance early Wednesday at the Sault Ste. Marie post, and he doused MSP cruisers with an accelerant, lighting them on fire, then shooting at them with a rifle. No troopers were at the post at the time. A neighbor spotted the flames and called 911.
We are concerned. Naturally, anybody that's brave enough to go to a state police post and fire on it and light cars on fire is definitely a danger to the community. We don't believe this was a concentrated attack on, on state police posts across the state. Can't rule it out yet.
Well, the Sault Ste. Marie post remains closed as police search for the suspect. He was wearing camo and driving a silver Honda CR-V.
All right, let's talk a little bit about what's happening early this morning. We saw some rain. Now, that has tapered off just a little bit. Yesterday had those thunderstorms, a few of them severe as the wind. That was the big thing with them. The wind was gusting to like 50, 55 miles an hour. But thankfully, that is in the rearview mirror now. I don't think we're going to see too much of the severe weather. However, we're still dealing with cloudy skies and some sprinkles out there. So some lighter rain on tap for us today. This is kind of that fall-like day where we're in the 60s for now. Although I do think we're going to warm up a little bit more into the low 70s. You see this warm air still kind of hanging out and creeping right here. 68 for us, 71 for Fort Wayne. But the bullseye for that hot air is well along the East Coast at this point. Baltimore, 99 degrees with that heat index, which is ironic or at least interesting when you compare it to Chapleau, Ontario at 39. So there's some spots on the map that are very wintry and some spots that are still extreme summer. We fall in the middle right there, which is fall-like, with temperatures that will likely be in the 70s today from noon. 8 o'clock, now those showers will probably linger until about game time tonight. Of course, the Lions playing 8:20 p.m. in Kansas City. 75 degrees for us locally today. Cloudy skies, still a little bit on the muggier side, so we'll talk more about that tonight. We dropped down to 62. Full check on that 7-day forecast coming up in about 20 minutes. Guys, over to you.
All right, Derek, as you said, we are just hours away from the game that football fans in the Motor City have been waiting for. The Lions season opener against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, this game is special for a few reasons. There's a lot of hype, high expectation for this team, and it's also the first time that we are seeing the Detroit Lions on NFL opening night in prime time ever. Ever. Now, although the game is in Kansas City, fans are getting fired up. Fox News' Josh Landon has more on how the Lions fans can join in on the excitement.
Yes, game day is finally here. The Detroit Lions, the Kansas City Chiefs on the road later on tonight. High expectations for our Detroit Lions. If you're looking to get out and about, make note right here, thawfund.org. That's a big watch party at the Shadow Gallery on Winder Street in Detroit. Robert Porcher and a lot of Lions legends will be there later on this evening. But yes, getting back to this upcoming season, high expectations for our Detroit Lions after they finished on a very strong point. 9-8 last season. We shall see what will happen tonight when they take on the defending Super Bowl champions. Woo! It's going to be a high-scoring game. That's my prediction. We shall see. We caught with Aiden Hutchinson, that very talented defensive end for the Detroit Lions, to see what he had to say about the upcoming season. Take a listen.
I'm really happy with how my camp went and how everything went, and stayed healthy, and I feel like I brought my game to a new level. So I'm ready to showcase that this year and showcase this big step I've taken. Having a young defense like we have, I feel like the level of development and improvement is so drastic every year, and then the new additions through free agency, obviously those have only leveled us up even more. So I mean, we're going to go out there and we're going to show what we've been putting out in camp, and man, it's going to be fun.
Once again, all of us will be watching the Lions and the Chiefs later on tonight to see how the Lions kick off this NFL season. Fingers crossed for a high-scoring game, but better yet, a W for sure. Hey, we shall see. Football is back. Go Lions. In downtown Detroit, Josh Landon, Fox 2 News.